Am I wrong or am I truly brainwashed? I'm living in the UK for more context. I have made other posts on this subreddit, but I just can't help but feel I'm the wrong one, and I'm the one that's truly brainwashed into thinking my family are the bad guys. I don't know what to do. I am truly scared to live my life on my own terms. It really makes my body shake up and my heart beats so much faster. I find myself worrying so much about losing the one thing I grew up with, but deep down I know I can't live like this, and even saying that makes me feel ashamed and guilty. A few days ago, I was having a heated argument with my mother, and lashed out at her for not letting me do what I want and how she always blamed me for people doing bad to me growing up. How she used to hit me when I got a question wrong at an Islamic school, how she used to chase me with a clothing rails pole, when my cousin had an argument with a distant relative, but I was the one to blame because I was there, so I always ended up locking myself in the bathroom to protect myself. To eventually me growing up and actually defending myself back and then getting comments like "you hit your mother, she brought you into this world, heaven lies under her feet." One thing I have realized with her is if I talk calmly with her and explain to her what she did impacted me, she will somehow start shouting and turn the whole situation onto me, including using emotional blackmail, as my therapist used to say. So in this argument, I started to raise my voice at her, and I can't explain it, the way her comments were actually winding me up more actually made me start swearing at her. She would shout, "Are you crazy? When did I say that? Who said that?" Some part of me just says she's angry, so she was saying all of this, but another part of me is being fed up of being treated like a child at the age of 21. I have to tell her who I'm going with, where I'm going, why I'm going. If it's late, she'll say, "It's too late, are you dumb to go out now?" So during this argument, eventually my father came downstairs angry and approached me raising his hand. "What's wrong with you? I will hit you." So I was already having a mental breakdown and shouted at him, "Can't you hear how she's shouting at me and what she's saying?" To that he grabbed hold of my arm and started to hit me, so I just kicked him off and got up and punched him in his chest. He was a little shook at the fact I actually attacked back, so he started mutter and swear to himself, "I have shit as a daughter, why don't you get lost," etc. To that I responded, "You're so quick to hit women, but the time I got sexually assaulted at the age of 5, you did nothing to the guy that did it." He then proceeded to call me a liar and said, "You lie about what you do, about who you're with, about where you do. You lie about everything." And then to that I said, "Maybe if you were the parents I needed you to be, I wouldn't have to lie. You all just use your health condition to make me feel bad and blackmail me into doing something you want. Maybe that's the reason you have health conditions in the first place, because of how you treat your daughter." In that moment I let exactly like my mother, and how that was stuff she would repeat to me, using someone to blame something. After I said that, he got more angry and came back downstairs to beat me up again. To that my mom rushed to stop him and said, "Are you stupid? She's a young child." So he went back upstairs, muttering more stuff. After he went, my mother started blaming me. "Look how you're shouting and swearing, what did you expect him to do?" Then I said he had no right to touch me regardless of what I am saying. Then she said it's my fault he hit me, etc., etc., and that I don't care about my parents and how I want them dead. Which is true, a part of me wants them dead. So then I started to cry and he came back downstairs and started joking around saying, "You're my daughter." To that I told him, "Get lost. No man that hits his wife when he's angry and now attacks his own daughter is a father of mine." So then I went back upstairs and closed my door, and then he tried coming inside, then I closed the door on his face. I was in complete shock after and was crying to myself for hours. I felt like a monster and that my parents deserve a better child. Then after my mom came in and wanted to sleep with me, she literally treats me like a little child. So I said to her, "I don't want nothing to do with you." So she left after repeatedly asking me to let her sleep there. In the morning, she came into my room and said, "Let me kiss your forehead," and I was half asleep saying no to her, and she kissed my head anyway and said sorry. But every time either of them say sorry, nothing ever changes. I feel so lost and sad. I feel so guilty and ashamed. I'm so scared. I hate myself. I can't help but feel my therapist is brainwashing me into thinking my family is wrong for treating me this way, because as they all said, you should go to a therapist that uses Islam to help you, as the NHS one will confuse you and make you think your family is the problem. I've even explaining to my mother that what she does is emotional blackmail, to her response being, "Your therapist is the one taking you to the wrong path."